Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bruce Konechny. Welcome to my podcast, One Man's Voice. Today is March 21st, 2019. And ladies and gentlemen, I am really annoyed at what I'm hearing out there. Now, first and foremost, we have people that are talking about changing the age for voting to the age of 16. Now, the Democrats believe that people can do whatever it is they want to do. It's called the the Children's Bill of Rights. But psychology tells us that a mind does not mature until the age of 28. If it doesn't mature until the age of 28, why, in heaven's name, should we allow a 16-year-old to vote? Maybe it's because their minds don't develop till the age of 28. It's when they're smart enough to know what they're doing. Maybe we should sit there and say that, yeah, if we're going to have even with 18-year-olds, I think it's time to sit there and say, if they've got an A average, they can vote, or a B average, they can vote. Anything below a B, they can't vote. I don't know. Do you know the answer? Or just bring it back to the age of 21. You see, this is the spoiled Democrats that we're going to talk about. It reminds me of California when Arnold Schwarzenegger was giving up his position as governor. Everybody and their brother came out of the woodwork. A porn star was running for the governor's office. A would-be actor was running for it. Everybody thinks that just because they have the capability, they can do it. And that's not necessarily true. Just because there are openings, people, does not mean that everybody and their brother is qualified to handle the position. And the scary part about it is we have been dumbing down our society for the last 30 years or so that we don't even stand a chance of getting a mature, responsible adult into the position, because those that are mature and responsible do not want the headache of the news media attacking them for who and what they are and looking into every little thing in the past. And the Democrats promote that system because we've seen that with who? Kavanaugh. Something that happened back when he was in high school. They're attacking him and calling him vile names and putting him through all sorts of headaches and aggravation. Why? Because they want control and power. And if you think, Democrats who are Christians and Catholics, that you're going to be able to make a difference in the Democratic Party, you are wrong. Again, I will say this because I've said it before. The Social Democrats in 1917 started the Bolshevik Revolution, and when they won in 1925, they changed their name to the Communist Party. In order to be a communist, you had to be an atheist. You had to believe in the Communist Party, not in God. You had to believe that the government gives you everything, not God. What do you think they're doing now? We have award-winning economics professors and individuals who have developed the knowledge and the wisdom and the capability of knowing what's going on in our society. Yet our dumbed down school system gets mindless idiots to follow AOC because they think she is a great economist when she has no clue. Listen, it's vitally important to understand this. Do you want to keep religion freedom? And again, understand that you cannot say anything against the Jews. You cannot say anything against the Muslims. You can't attack the Jews. You can't attack the Muslims because they are protected. But you can slap down any Christian that's out there, any Catholic that's out there. And they have been attacking Christianity because Christianity gives us the ability to do what we're doing today. You have Democratic leaders, children, really, Cory Booker, who sexually assaulted a girl when he was in high school, writes an apology letter in the newspaper. Oh, and it's okay. It's okay. He can do that. We can still make him a leader. No, no. And he wants to run for the presidency of the United States. Listen to him, watch him. Beto O'Rourke, my God, he's like a marionette puppet with the way he moves his arms back and forth. And he says absolutely nothing. But he makes you think that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't wake up on the Democratic side of the party and you don't see the truth about what your party is all about, you voting for them will destroy this country. Look at what's happening. They want to get rid of a system that has been in place since the beginning of our country, the Electoral College. Why is that? Because they want to give a little state like Rhode Island the same amount of power and capability as, or a voice, let's put it that way, not power, but a voice as California. Based on the number of population, you get so many electoral college votes. If you look at what's happening, the Democrats want to do away with that. Why? Because they have California, they have New York, they have New Jersey, they have Boston, Massachusetts, and in some cases even New Hampshire. They have these, and they hold the majority of the population of this country as Democrats. Now, how in the world are you going to sit there and tell the people in the center of the country or down in Florida or in Texas or in Tennessee that their vote counts when it's always the Democrats that win? It doesn't. It really doesn't. But you see, they can't do it legally. They can't do it by the rules. They have to change the rules in order to win. That's the only way they can do it. And now they want the 16-year-old to vote because now the 16-year-olds are dumb enough to believe in socialism because the Democratic-controlled educational system has dumbed them down to believe that the only good thing out there are Democrats and the socialist system. And that's wrong. That really is. We had one of the best educational systems in the world, but thanks to the Democrats and their social injustice that they do against our education system and against our students, it's created problems with our nation. The Democrats have been working since World War II, ladies and gentlemen, to destroy our country. And because, and only because, the popular vote went to Hillary Clinton and she lost, now they think they have enough people in this country to make the change over to socialism. As one North Carolina representative said after they lost, I can't believe we lost because we have the majority of the people. Do you know how scary that is? They think just because they have the majority, they should win. Now, I've said this time and time again, and I hope you get the message, is that we are controlled by the minority, not by the majority. Ever since 1963, when one person raised their voice and prayer came out of school, we started to be ruled by minority, not by majority. It has nothing to do with the color of the skin or your sexual orientation. It has to do with those who hate the American way of life, those who hate the fact that we open this country up to religious freedom, to allow people to come here to flee their countries if they're being persecuted because of their religious beliefs and walk into a country that's going to take care of them, that's going to allow them to believe what they want to believe. The Democrats don't care about that. They want atheism. Religion has to go. Atheism is going to win over Catholics and Christians. And once atheism has control, then they're going to allow the Muslims to take control. We already have a Muslim in the House of Representatives, who sits there and outright shows her hatred for the Jews. And then, oh, I apologize for that. And then she does it again. Do you understand? She really doesn't care. All she cares about is turning the people of America against the Jewish nation. Does she understand that we are not a Christian nation, but we are a Judeo-Christian nation? I think it's time for you Democrat Christians and Catholics to say enough is enough. That you're not going to put up with this anymore. That you're not going to allow these people to destroy our way of life. And the only way that you can do that is to turn away from those children who are sitting there running for the presidency of the United States. A second one, you take people like Elizabeth Warren, who's running. She has been in office for how many years? And she's done nothing to stop illegal immigration. She's done nothing to seal our borders to ensure that we have safe borders. She's done nothing for the American people but sit there and say that she's Native American. And now here, I don't even know if Native Americans can vote in America. I'm sorry to be ignorant like that, but I really don't. But if they do, what is she doing now? Now she's pandering to them because she mocked being a Native American. She's not really, she's 1/600th or something like that. She's not really a Native American. Everybody has Native American blood in them. So now, because I made such a boo-boo on all of this, and let's have reparations for all of the Native Americans. Yes. Let's pay them for taking their land. Let's pay them. These are children who believe that everybody should have something because even though they don't deserve it, they should have something. And these people are the ones that have been in Congress. Look at the ones that have been in Congress that are running, that are sitting there saying that we deserve to pay these other. No, we don't deserve to pay. Let me tell you, if you understand anything about slavery, you understand that it was the Dutch Trading Company, which was started by 4 Jewish men who went over to Africa, got the slaves, brought them back to Spain and America, and sold them as slaves. It wasn't Americans. So when you sit there and accuse America of doing things that's wrong, understand that we have accomplished in the shortest amount of time, all right? The shortest amount of time, more changes in our nation than any other. When you go back and look at England, and England ruled the world when they had colonies in South Africa. It wasn't until the 1970s, 1980s, that apartheid came out and they said no more, and the English had to give up control of South Africa. 1980s. Look how long they were in control of that place. Have we ever done that? Have we sat there and said, you follow our rule? No. We're trying to tell you, the world, that democracy and a capitalist system can make things grow, to make things better. And yet, the Democrats want socialism. They want 16-year-olds to vote so that they're brainwashed enough to vote for Democrats. Because more and more, ladies and gentlemen, there are Democrats out there that are sitting there going, this is ridiculous. This party's lost control. This party's had enough. I'm not dealing with them anymore. I may be a Democrat, but I'm going to vote Republican. And that's what they have to do. That's what they have to do. And when you see these children like Cory Booker running for presidency of the United States, and again, listen to what they say. Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, what are they going to do to make America better than what it already is? What are they going to accomplish new things in America? Because you see, Americans know we look forward. The Democrats look backwards. The Democrats say, look at how slavery was. We're still slave owners. We're still this. We're still that. No, we're not. We don't believe in slavery. We don't believe in discrimination. We don't believe in taking people and not giving them an education. But the Democrats do. The Democrats have closed schools in Chicago where they need schools. But why did they close them? Because the schools are nothing more than babysitting centers. And a lot of the students that are there didn't want to deal with it, and they left. And because they left, there weren't enough students to keep the schools open. Why? Because that's exactly what the Democratic-controlled educational system wants. Nothing more than uneducated, mindless idiots to sit there and say, the Democrats are going to take care of us. The Democrats are going to take care of us. They're going to give us money. They're going to give us housing. They're going to give us food. And I don't have to work because I don't have an education. Isn't that exactly what's happening with the aliens coming in from the southern border? They do not have a high school education, or they have a high school education. They're fleeing their own country because they're not smart enough to get a job in their own country, and they're being persecuted. So they're running up here to America to sit there to get jobs? No. To get free handouts. You have some of the Democratic leaders are wanting to sit there and say, hey, don't worry about it. We'll give you Social Security. Ladies and gentlemen, I and you paid into Social Security. We put our money in there every day or every week or every bi-weekly or every month of our income went in there for us to have money when we retired. Who is the government to think that they can turn around and give our money away to people who never put anything into it? That's the Democratic leadership in this country. Give everybody what they want and don't worry about it, because it's called redistribution of funds. Yeah, they don't have enough money. That's okay. We'll give it to them out of our Social Security fund. And our Social Security fund is in danger. Isn't that what the Democrats have been crying about since the 1970s? Our Social Security fund is in danger. We're running out of money. Of course we are. We're giving people who don't even deserve it money from our Social Security fund. And now we want to put 16-year-olds in the voting booth. We want to do away with the Electoral College, because now if we get a bunch of 16-year-olds voting for the Democrats, then we can win. They don't know how to win legally. They have to change the rules to win. See, that shows you how smart the American people truly are. It shows how smart the Democrats are that are out there. Those that have any sort of an education understand what the Democrats are trying to do to this country, and they're thinking they're getting away with it. They're not. That's why they have to keep changing the rules in order for it to work for them, because the American people don't want it to happen. So for you Democrats that are still voting for Democrats, understand they will destroy you once they take control. They will destroy the American way of life. I have to go back to AOC sitting there going, hey, socialism is a great way to live. Yet she grew up in a democratic republic with a capitalist system. How does she know how a socialist country lives? How does she know how successful it is? How does she know how the people feel in it? She doesn't. But she's saying we should become socialists. We should allow the government to be in control of every aspect of our lives. Really? Really? I don't think so. That's what freedom is all about, people. And once you go with the Democrats, they're taking away your freedoms. They're going to take away, and look at what they're doing already with the freedom of speech. Individuals who have a different point of view, they're shutting them down. They don't want to hear it. Our way is the only way. No, it isn't. That's what freedom of speech is all about. Now, yes, it's taken a 180-degree turn because back we didn't want to hear from socialists or communists in this country. But thanks to UC Berkeley out there, the communist center of America, they fought to get freedom of speech so that communism and socialism could be heard. And it's worked. They have been heard. Now they want to shut down the conservative. They want to shut down the right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the only way they're going to win. And it's all because of World War II. At the end of World War II, the president of Russia said, "We will not conquer America by war. We will conquer from within." Those social democrats who started the Bolshevik Revolution, who won the Bolshevik Revolution, changed their name to the Communist Party, and that's exactly what's going on here. You want collusion? Obama colluded with the Russians. And they're sitting, if you read up on that red idiotic button that Clinton gave the Russian leaders, what that said is we're going to restart our relationship so you can grow stronger, so that the communist way of Russia can grow stronger. We sold them under Obama 20% of our uranium. We looked the other way when they invaded their neighbors. I mean, come on. This is what the Democrats are all about. If we become a socialist nation, we will fall under the UN, and the one who will rule us, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Russians or the Chinese. That's what you want, Democrats? Have at it. But I'm telling you, in the long run, you will lose because the Democrats care nothing about the American people. This is One Man's Opinion. My name is Bruce Konechny. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.